What is going on, everybody?
Yo!
It is Pixel Partners, and we are back with Phoenix right where we left off. We're still trying to get...
We're trying to break down her ever-changing testimony.
Yeah. And so,
How many times has she revised it now?
Quite a few times.
Like
she's still
4?
being antsy about it. But we're gonna get her in here. So, what matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky?
Dots.
Well, witness?
You...
Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible.
Ugh. I was bringing a PB&J lunch, with my fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Your boysenberry?
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
God damn it, Judge. Don't get out of my head.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. I'm pretty sure she said she witnessed the crime from behind the chain link fence earlier.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you forget something that drastic?
And that should instantly be perjury, like we stated,
Yeah.
but for some reason it's not in this world.
And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Really, I'm channeling female Pegasus here.
Oh, so she's running all the way around?
Okay. Okay. That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking lot in B block.
That's quite a detour.
Yes, it is, and that changes a lot.
That means she would have to, like, sprint. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes?
That's a long gap.
This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
Jesus, bitch.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
I agree, Judge.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Oh, please!
Absolutely.
God damn it. Oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Do I have any evidence to stop this? I'll raise an objection.
Yes. We always raise objections here.
5 minutes between witnessing the murder and the arrest. Think about it.
Yeah.
You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you like it al dente.
Yep. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie.
A 5 minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone.
Judge, don't worry. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. It's inconceivable.
I do not think that word means what you think it means.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony.
Oh, damn.
Mr. Ashworth, is next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
Yay. That was too close.
I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Hooey.
I want another lunch.
Hold
What?
it. Is it her? Oh, God.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid reels, right?
That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer to not take the defense's team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Oh, god damn. She's gonna bribe him with food?
Woohoo! A triple decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony.
God.
Let's hear about this
Damn it.
decisive evidence.
God.
Like the
Damn it.
Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed.
Fuck you. What's she going to pull out her lunchbox this time? Her fucking dignity? God damn.
Oh, wow. How hungry was the judge? He's
I don't
had 2
fucking know.
lunchboxes so far, and now he's gonna have a triple-decker one?
Apparently, anyways, the
Does
decisive
no one
evidence.
feed that man? Does he live in that chair?
She's like, I'm all alone.
This is where I sleep.
All right.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
I mean, that would mean her own blood, though, so that would add on to the whole self-defense
Yeah.
thing, technically.
It looks like your theory might be right.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Oh, God. Object!
Edgeworth.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
I like the pause. Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Yeah.
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
Yeah, it's kind of
In
important.
other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth.
Let me guess, your boyfriend's one of the people, this fucking police chief that's setting all this shit up. Huh?
Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh God, he's not happy. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
You can at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Boy, the victim's shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
Okay, it was a pretty short testimony. So... Okay, so we had, I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. The other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye.
Yeah.
Let me try this, because that's where it gets all mixed up. You can't say for sure that blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Well, speak up.
Well, blood comes in 4
Blood
types.
comes in 4 types.
A,
B,
B, C,
O,
and O,
and sometimes
AB.
Y.
However, you can't tell from blood tests whether a murder was committed in cold blood, because usually blood is warm in your body.
That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana's guys.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. I mean, that I don't know about that, especially since you just said that there was no other bit to it. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
Oh God. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right?
Where do you have this disgusting shit from?
Some like it hot, Mr. Wright.
I like it hot. Boobs.
Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? I would like to say there's a problem. Yeah. Should we check it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna save it, and I'm just gonna save it, and I'm gonna say it.
Let's see.
I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna say there's a problem.
You were right.
If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what... Oh, I turned really feminine for a second.
Oh shit.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe?
Oops, didn't mean to push that.
Show us the problem with this evidence.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, so...
I'm
trying to see if anything's gonna get pointed out at some
it's
point.
weird because it looks like a woman's shoe. Just saying. But
Well,
I know
thought it
that
was-
guy liked to wear all white,
Wait,
so...
I thought it was saying it was her shoe.
No, the victim's shoe.
The bottom.
Oh,
Hey, I did
okay.
I
Wow.
wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
That's a threat in court. I'd like to have her detained, please.
Indeed, there was quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe?
Is it because he was stabbed in the chest?
What's the autopsy say? Did he die? No, it doesn't say he died
Loss of
instantly.
blood. Oh
so-
God, there's two nicks on this.
Yeah, there
Should I
usually
check?
is. Go ahead while I try
Yeah.
and figure this out. I'm trying to think of what it could be. Victim's shoe. The crime photo.
I know what it is.
Parking lot floor plans. No, wouldn't be the phone. Don't think it would be that. The autopsy is a maybe. It's the Blue Badger, obviously. Fucking parking stub. No, the knife is the weapon, so it could be it. Investigator's ID card.
Wait, look at the crime photo again. Look at it.
This photo?
Yeah. Black shoes. Or no, it's hers.
Well, it's saying, yeah, that's the same thought I had, is that it's victim's shoes.
But
I'm going to assume by having me look at this that's supposed to be the crime photo.
yeah,
Okay. So let me try and think.
I don't
'Cause,
know
I mean,
how it would
I
be.
think the
though.
biggest thing is that there's no pool of blood on the floor.
You're
That's my thought, is that there's no blood on the
right.
floor.
Yeah.
So the problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange?
Oh,
Why
that
weren't any
too.
bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime?
Aha!
As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
Edgeworth.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. I was there. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
No?
Oh, well, witness.
What? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh,
That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
why'd you open your fucking mouth, girl?
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Um,
Use your noggin.
I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. It's the game.
What?
Uh-oh. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
Okay.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, that one. A leopard woman. Rawr.
It was an oil drum of water, and it would have washed away the blood. Is that what he's gonna say?
Oh, an oil drum is oil, baby.
No, remember when we were at the scene of the crime, they were filled with water.
Why?
That's just what it was.
Why would it be an oil drum? Why wouldn't it?
Well, I mean, because that's just what it's called. It's an oil drum, but that's the barrel that holds. Look, all right.
It
Anyways, let's
normally
see.
holds oil because it's a drum of oil.
I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in a lunchbox factory.
Witness. Well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Told you. Water? What does that mean?
Phoenix,
Some fuck-
he's so slow.
What kind of... His IQ goes from 200 to 2 in a fucking split second. God damn it, man.
He's so good at throwing shade. That's where all his IQ goes.
Real, every time he has an insult, it just drops him down 20 IQ points. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
To wash away the footprints. Yes. Suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. To erase the blood stains that would become evidence against her. Whoa! Fuck! Oh, goddamn it!
That ties things up quite nicely.
Of course it would.
The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Man, like Telltale Games got erased.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow, Evan.
It's been long enough.
Fucking
It's been
real life
long
Phoenix
enough.
over here. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence.
Ouch. That reminds me. Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she'd cut herself and she stabbed him?
Oh, yeah.
And that's why her blood could have been...
Yeah. So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Possibly.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please.
What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it.
But...
Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Starr is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
What? Hold it!
Again?
Hurt.
Little girl, what did you just say?
Oh, fuck.
Huh? But me? Did you say that I, Angel Starr, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well,
Hair flip.
I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait! Witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Random pulling evidence out of her fucking asshole.
Yeah,
The time for deliberations
he's
is
so
past.
done. He's so done.
Any further comments and I will hold you and you'll be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen.
It's like we literally had our verdict and this bitch is getting crazy again.
Look at
It
this.
might be what we need though.
Whoa!
A photograph?
Okay.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in his shoe. In this. After all this talk about shoes, it's got me saying shoes.
Yeah.
Look at the asphalt in this photo.
It's full of water. Hey, it's clearly wet. It is. That's
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
unless she did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I know I couldn't win this case in the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Huh. I'm sorry, Mia.
Whoa. Whoa. Right. Wet or not? Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter
I
end.
was gonna say, I haven't really had a chance to actually look at this photo a lot more and see where the contradiction stands in
Yeah.
there. This is the last piece of evidence.
Well, time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Yep.
It's me, dog.
Wow, it didn't show Edgeworth.
Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
Not really. No, it can. And then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. This is the
Dang
last
it.
one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll think later.
He always thinks later.
Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, gotta go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
Okay, so my biggest problem is pretty substantial and it's pretty fucking obvious.
What's the thing in the tailpipe? Is that anything?
You know what? That is something else that is kind of weird now. It's spot in my eye because I thought the number one problem is the fact that the dead body in the crime scene was hanging out of the fucking car,
Yeah.
like fully. But that is something right there to also
Like, that's
consider.
not normal, is
There's
it?
something stuffed in the tailpipe. That's not normal. No, that is actually.
It looks like paper.
I can't save right now, but I'll go ahead and present that for now. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Muffler!
More mufflers!
Fucking muffler!
I was about to say, she was calling the fucking... I've never heard a scarf called a muffler before.
I have.
Okay. Guess muffler's coming full circle again. There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor,
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf and of any kind in this photograph.
You dipshit. It's a car. A muffler is also a part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe.
I can't drive anymore. Oh, I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sing it again, yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Are you okay?
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Okay, that's
sorry.
where you were going with it.
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in
Yeah.
your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth and the muffler is related to this case.
Fucking.
Ooh.
So number one, I want to say the parking lot stub.
Really?
That's my number one thing, because if you think about it, if the time matches up with the thing, the point from the time that Edgeworth parked his car to the murder was a 3-minute difference. So that's a thought. Obviously, the Blue Badger is the one that did the murder in the first place.
That's his handkerchief.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
The
word
phone
muffler
doesn't make
was
any sense.
overheard.
That could be it. Everything else doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, the word muffler. It has to be. Should I double check? I think it's the phone.
Yes, because I can't save.
Because she said.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Phone?
Yep. Look at me being smart.
Yeah. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court.
Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Ugh. Ah!
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence.
Oh, wah!
Damn, you okay, girl? You need some sushi to wake your ass up? Come on, wake up.
Well, fuck. Again. All of these trials with Mr. Wright. Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
It's like, can
Again.
Suspend?
It's like, can we just get an easy case that's done and
He's
over
like,
in like
sus?
10 minutes?
Yes, you are. You're very sus.
God damn it.
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the caught the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Whew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
You still hungry?
I'm doing two and then a
damn,
triple-decker one.
For real. Oh god, that was only part 1 of the first trial. Oh. Now we've got the fucking latter part of it.
Oh,
man.
what
We
have we
ain't-
gotten ourselves into?
We're not even slightly done with this case.
Oh. Why is Phoenix so good at delaying trials?
You know, that's a wonderful question.
Because he always like finds something that needs to be further investigated.
Yeah. The one thing before we end this part that's really got me thrown off the most about this case is that whenever cases start, the very beginning, like, cinematic they throw is always, like, very symbolic to what's truly going on in the case. Mm-hmm. But if you remember, the biggest thing is that it was 2 murders at once. Because you remember that it had the knife stab and then it split in half and went to 2 different buildings.
Yeah.
Because my thought from that picture that I
You
had...
sure it wasn't doing like some weird James Bond intro type stuff?
No, because it very clearly put them in two different
Buildings?
building windows
Oh.
in that intro. And it like split them in two. And it's like, I thought for a bit that maybe what went on with the way the body was laying, how it's like no one noticed that it changed the way the body was sitting, is that perhaps somehow they killed him beforehand. And that would be why... Wait. Didn't he call her in or did she call him in?
She called him.
She called him in. Because it made it almost seem like they had transported him there and he was already dead and they had tried to pin. I don't know. It's just weird how it's all fitting together.
Your
right now.
theory is being attacked.
Well, my first theory is the self-defense thing. I think is the best bet that we have right now. But
Yeah.
everything else for the case is real fucking weird. But we're gonna find out about that next time.
Oh gosh, this.
Oh yeah.